conversation with some really good friends the other night about TikTok. And I have not ever been on TikTok. But we were talking about how people are learning in today's world and the fact that, you know, major news organizations are dwindling quickly in ratings, which is so sad to see. And that mediums like TikTok or Instagram or podcasts or whatever are becoming this place where we are sort of interacting and communing with each other. And sure, there's a lot of BS there, but there's also a lot of BS out there in how people interact with each other in the world. But the point of talking about TikTok was the fact that we are watching each other and we are learning from each other and we are drawn to one another and we're curious about one another. And in the context of our conversation, we were talking about how we're listening to how we speak, we're listening to how we act, we're listening to, how we navigate our lives. We're all learning from each other. And I choose in this moment to not focus on the negativity or the darkness or the things that we learn from each other through a negative, hurtful, narcissistic, self-centered sort of ethos, but rather, people who are willing to share their honest voice and say, hey, this is how I'm navigating the world. This is how I'm navigating the moment. This is how I'm living my life. You can take it or leave it. What's fascinating is I find watching people be their honest self, speaking their honest truth, navigating their life as honestly as they can, I find it to be quite inspiring. So I'm realizing that, the past 3-4 years of my life, and that's putting it into a specific time frame, but the past 3-4 years of my life have put me in a personal position where I have had to choose between crashing and burning in the context of what I'm experiencing in my life. And just so I'm not being overly abstract, it's just going through this experience of divorce, and that's putting it lightly, going through an experience where a lot of things are happening that feel very hurtful or unfair, or at the very least, it's very difficult to transform through an experience like that, particularly when there's 2 little children involved. But the point I'm making, because I'm not wanting to indulge in the details of the experience, the point I'm making is that I've been put in a position where I can either be consumed by, be overwhelmed by, be powerless to the circumstances I find myself in and the things I'm having to navigate that I would rather not have to navigate. I can be consumed by it, or I can recognize that every single moment of every single day is an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to grow. Regardless of your belief system, if you think of things karmically, people throw the word karma around, but if you think of things karmically, like life puts in front of you, you are where you are for a reason. You are where you are because it has been manifested or created. And every single moment in front of you is an opportunity where you can mine that moment and you can find a source of wisdom, a source of learning, a new way to perceive your life, a new way to be. So I realize I've been waking up every day and doing this work for my own well-being and for the well-being of my children, my 2 little girls. And I recognize I'm working with clients every day. And through this entire experience, I've taken it as a challenge, as an opportunity, sometimes begrudgingly, that either I need to grow through this so that I can be present to those who I love in my life and those that I serve, so to speak, through my work, So either I need to face this head on every single day and learn from it and grow through it and surrender to it and learn how to sit in the eye of the hurricane and thrive, or I will be perpetually in a state of suffering, in a state of injury, in a state of pain. And I'll tell myself the story of woe is me, my life is not fair, or something is not fair, or the world around me is not fair. So I'm recognizing that what I wanted to do is to start to be more courageous in my own life and to sit down in the morning and to share these little moments of learning, these little moments of insight, these little moments of growth. How many of us wake up in the morning? This is something I do with my clients all the time. One of the things I do with my clients is to really break down the specifics of how they use their morning. From the moment they open their eyes into the first 15 to 20 minutes of the day, I really try to break down those moments and look into what is guiding the perception and the behavior in those moments, because that really sets the tone for the entire day. How many of us open our eyes and we're tired? And maybe you're sore, your body's sore. I know, working with a lot of veterans, you wake up and your body is sore. I work with a lot of people with really complex trauma, and you wake up and you feel the weight already. You feel the weight of your history. You feel the weight of your service. You feel the weight of whatever oppressive thing you're dealing with in the day. Or you're someone who's super successful, and from the outside world's perception, you have a wonderful life and you have lots of money in the bank and you have a nice house and everything looks like it should be great. But you're still suffering. The moment you open your eyes, you have a gigantic to-do list. The moment you open your eyes, your mind is occupied. Maybe before you open your eyes, your mind was occupied. Your dreams are plagued by your to-do list, and you open your eyes and suddenly, boom, you're on. You're waking up, got to get going, got to hit that to-do list. You grab your phone, you're looking at it. You got 20 text messages already. You got a bunch of emails. And before you've taken one moment to pause and breathe and notice and make a focused decision about how you want to handle not just the day, but the present moment of your getting up and starting the day. Before you even take the time to derive meaning or freedom out of the present moment you find yourself in, you're already stepping into the freight train of thought. You're stepping into the freight train. That's probably a good metaphor, just a line of things that are attached to each other that lead you down this very fixed track that dictates how you feel and how you think and how you perceive and how you act in your day. So something I try to do with people that I work with is to help them be mindful, or I prefer the word, and this is not mine, this is Eckhart Tolle. Instead of using the word mindful, he uses the word presence. So waking up and being present. You open your eyes, you take a breath, you notice where the mind is. You notice the story that's being told. You notice what is trying to grab your attention from the moment you open your eyes. And rather than jumping on that freight train and unconsciously moving through the day, you breathe in a deliberate way, and you use that breath to interrupt the attachment, to interrupt the thought process. And you pause and you notice. And you notice the sensations of the body, and you notice the sensations of the mind that we call thoughts. And you start looking into How would I like to use this day? You start deriving freedom in the present moment. You recognize that by not jumping on that train, you can kind of sit beside the tracks, and you notice the train going by, and you're wondering, do I want to step on that thing? Do I need to step on that thing? If I'm going to, how can I be more deliberate about it? How can I be more compassionate about it? How can I serve my values? How can I take charge of my life so that I'm not complaining about not having enough freedom, but I'm recognizing that freedom is right here and right now, in the eternal now of the moment between stimulus and response. So when you take that breath and you take that pause and you reflect and you say, what kind of attitude would I like to have today? How would I like to navigate this day? And you get up and you choose to move your body in a way that loosens it up, in a way that makes you more limber, in a way that makes you more flexible and adaptive. You move the negative energy and you allow your body to feel open and ready for the day. And whatever that is, it's recognizing that every day you wake up from this unconscious state of sleep that you have been in. It is an opportunity to begin again. It's an opportunity to break whatever cycle, whatever freight train of thought and action and pain or whatever it is that you are trying to carry over from the day before. You have an opportunity to hit the reset button every morning. So yesterday I was doing my own self-care. I was purposely cleared the space of my day, purposely put my phone away, purposely separated myself from as much outside influence, digital influence, as I could. And I allowed myself to go into a state of meditation, supported by some plant medicine. And that allows me to get into a state where I can observe the attachments of my mind and body, and I can notice the story I'm telling myself, and I can notice where the blockages are, where the excuses are, where the fear is, where the pain is, where the places that I want to curl up in a ball and hide are. And I can work on letting those things go, and I can work on taking charge of those things. And part of the clarity that I got yesterday was recognizing that every single morning I am making a conscious choice to notice the stories of my mind, and to notice the to-do list of my day, and to notice the sensations of the body, and to notice the story I'm telling myself. So that's something I'm going to endeavor to do, is to offer a bit of insight each morning. I hope you all have a wonderful day today. Take care.